Why EVs are becoming more affordable. Electric vehicle costs are falling so quickly that they are now nearly as low as those of gas-powered vehicles. Since electric vehicles (EVs) first came onto the market, buyers who preferred a battery-powered vehicle to one with a gas engine have had to pay a hefty premium. They would have spent, on average, $17,000 more for a new electric car 2 years ago than for a new gas-powered vehicle. However, that difference has been closing quickly. As of last month, it was only $5,000, according to Cox Automotive data. That represents an increase of 11% over the average cost of a new car last month. The price difference between selecting the performance model, which has all the bells and whistles, and the base model of some cars is comparable. Tesla is establishing prices for electric vehicles that are nearly identical to those of gas-powered vehicles. Which EVs are getting affordable? Tesla, which sells more electric vehicles in the US than all other automakers combined, is primarily to blame for the price decline of EVs. Beginning in January 2023, the carmaker began to reduce the price of its well-liked Model Y SUV and Model 3 sedan, which lowered the average price of all electric vehicles. For example, the entry-level Model 3 sedan now retails for $39,000, down from $47,000 at the beginning of 2023. During that time, the price of the top-tier Model I decreased from $70,000 to $52,500. According to Valdez Streety, Tesla is most likely lowering its prices to hold onto its market share as competing automakers begin offering electric vehicles. According to Car and Driver magazine, there are currently 57 electric vehicle models available for purchase in the US. Tesla used to control over 80% of the US market, but these days it barely holds onto a majority, and the majority of its main rivals are also lowering their prices. Alex Lawrence, a dealer in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City dealer Alex Lawrence, who specializes in used electric vehicles, has noticed a shift in the kind of clients visiting his showroom throughout the past 12 months. They were once wealthy professionals who could afford to spend $70,000 on a high-end Rivian pickup truck. Mr. Lawrence stated that after claiming the $4,000 federal tax credit, buyers have been grabbing secondhand Teslas for a little over $20,000. Younger people are showing up, Mr. Lawrence stated. More blue-collar and entry-level white-collar workers are showing up. The car's buying price has all of a sudden become affordable. Electric vehicles are quickly becoming more widely available, despite being viewed as toys of the liberal elite by conservative politicians and other detractors. Because of heightened competition, cheaper raw material costs, and more effective manufacturing, prices are declining. Federal tax credits of up to $7,500 for new electric vehicles further reduce prices, and state incentives frequently match these credits with sums in the thousands of dollars. At the same time, electric vehicles are becoming increasingly feasible due to the rapid advancement of technology. More and more cars are hitting the road with batteries that can last over 300 miles when completely charged, and charging times are coming down to less than half an hour. Fast chargers, which can replenish a battery in under 30 minutes, increased in quantity by 36% between April 2023 and April 2024. Automobile manufacturers such as Ford, Tesla, General Motors, and Stellantis, the Jeep owner, have revealed intentions to produce electric cars for as little as $25,000. The electric vehicle market has reached a turning point, stated Randy Parker, CEO of Hyundai Motor America. The pioneers have arrived. They're in their vehicles. We are now beginning to shift to a mass market, as you can see. For those who support electric cars and the Biden administration, which wants to see half of newly sold cars be electric by 2030 as part of the president's climate change strategy, all of this is fantastic news. Republicans may not be able to stop market forces driving down prices even if they seize control of the White House and Congress and keep their word to eliminate subsidies for electric vehicles. I wouldn't expect the EV market to flatline, but there might be some hiccups in the exact pace and scale of EV sales if there are major policy changes, said Peter Slowick, the head of passenger car research at the International Council on Clean Transportation, a research organization. Most automakers are planning on a timeline that goes far beyond the next administration, and many are committed to an all-electric future. Although sales of electric vehicles have decreased recently, they are still more costly than gasoline-powered vehicles. In the United States, an average electric car was estimated to cost $55,252 in April, according to Kelley Blue Book estimates. Although it is still almost $6,700 higher than the national average for all cars. However, Mr. Slowick's team projects that even before accounting for government subsidies, automobiles and sport utility vehicles with 400 miles of battery life on a full charge will be less expensive in 2030 than cars with internal combustion engines. Pickup trucks, which require bigger batteries, will take a little longer, not reaching parity for 400-mile models until 2033. Those calculations do not take into account lower fuel and maintenance expenses that improve the financial argument for electric vehicles. Battery-powered cars don't require oil changes, engine air filters, or spark plug replacements, and electricity is nearly always less expensive per mile than gasoline. Electric cars may already be a superior option for heavy drivers. To attract customers, some automakers are concurrently providing significant discounts on EV vehicles. Despite the obvious downward trend in costs, there are still hazards. A research organization called Interact Analysis claims that over half of the lithium-ion batteries used in cars sold in the U.S. are supplied by China, because the Biden administration declared in May that it would increase tariffs on batteries from 7.5% to 25%. Those batteries will become more expensive. Although several businesses are constructing battery plants in the US and Canada, the majority of these won't be able to supply enough batteries to displace China for some time. Another danger is raw materials. In the past year, the cost of lithium and other materials needed to make batteries has decreased, resulting in a reduction in the price of electric cars. However, commodities prices can rise once more. Due to the recent slowdown in the growth of electric vehicle sales, plans to increase manufacturing have been postponed by Tesla, Ford, and other companies. However, a lot of economists predict that as the charging network expands and prices are driven down by an oversupply of models, sales will increase. According to polls, individuals are hesitant to purchase electric vehicles, mostly due to high costs and the worry that they won't be able to locate a spot to recharge. The cost of the car is not the only item that many individuals have to think about. Apartment dwellers frequently rely on public charging outlets. In addition to being less practical, charging at public locations is typically more expensive than charging at home. Nevertheless, strong factors are driving down prices. As established automakers, which were sluggish to market electric vehicles, begin to apply their decades of mass production experience to the new technology, manufacturing costs are beginning to decline. For instance, General Motors plans to launch an electric Chevrolet Equinox Sport utility vehicle later this year. With an estimated range of over 300 miles, the vehicle will cost less than $30,000 after the $7,500 federal tax credit. And for the next year, the business intends to sell a new Chevrolet Bolt for even less money. Manufactured on General Motors' Ultium platform, which consists of parts suitable for a range of vehicles, including luxury Cadillacs and pickup trucks, the Equinox and Bolt will be manufactured. GM has stated that its electric vehicles will turn a profit in the second half of this year. The company has reduced costs by using the same batteries and parts for several models. Simultaneously, increased emissions rules are driving up the cost of manufacturing a gasoline-powered vehicle. Moving exclusively toward EVs will get easier at some point, Mr. Biswas stated. Additionally, competition is getting fiercer. The Japanese automakers Toyota and others, who are known for producing dependable and reasonably priced cars, are only now starting to offer electric automobiles. Next year, Honda intends to start manufacturing them at a factory in Ohio. According to Cars.com, an online sales platform, there will be twice as many electric cars available in the US by the end of the next year. Anyone who desires an EV at price point can now genuinely obtain an EV, stated Rebecca Lindland, Senior Director of Industry Data at Cars Commerce, the company that runs Cars.com. One may argue that used automobile prices are more significant than those of new cars. Most consumers purchase used vehicles. A thriving secondhand market greatly expands the pool of potential buyers for electric vehicles. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.